going towards a swamp. Which is where you find all those Pokemon that no one ever uses. They're all fairly easy to catch too, by the way. Your Mucks, your Grimers, your Coughings, Wheezings, Ekans, Arbucks, Venonats, Venomoths. Can't remember if Electrodes are hostile, so I'm going to try to avoid them. Yeah, it's Caterpie sounds. I'm just going to keep running around in this direction, hoping for Eevee. Because Eevee is something I want. Why do I want Eevees this badly? Well, for starters, the fact that they can basically evolve into like 7 different other things. Which is kind of really cool. Okay, I think I've been around here before. I just can't remember being around here before. Growlithe? Oh, maybe I'll go for one. I'll have to use Magnemite, which is going to be risky because Growlithe is a fire type. The other thing I figured out in this mod is I'm pretty sure Thunder Wave can never miss. Unless your accuracy's been lowered, which is silly. But whatever. I don't want to fight. I want to capture, because I'm pretty sure I don't have Growlithe yet. But I should now. If I don't catch this thing on the first try after I caught that Dratini on the first try, that would be kind of embarrassing. Wow. He broke out just to be paralyzed and not be able to move. I'm not going to waste a level ball, even though I'm pretty sure it doesn't really matter. Because I tried the level ball, I'm pretty sure, on that Lapras, and it didn't really seem to do anything. Okay, I either got really lucky with that Dratini, or this Growlithe has a lower catch rate than the Dratini, which is stupid. So I'm pretty sure I just got really lucky with that Dratini. Or I'm getting really unlucky with this Growlithe. Or both. Just get it. Thank you. The other thing is, if I find a Jigglypuff, I'll try to attempt to capture immediately, because Jigglypuffs are super rare in this mod. As well as being super useless, but whatever. Okay, this area's been pretty well cleared out. Unless this is a plains biome. It is. Oh shit, I better not lose track of where my house is. But first things first, find the Eevee, and then we... Is that a mushroom biome? No, that's not a mushroom biome. I think I know exactly what that is. Yes. I found one of these in my Earth world, but I had to fly like 4,000 blocks away to find one. These are the randomly generated Pokemon centers there in the mod. As you can tell, they're fairly rare. And they do clear out like their own spaces to spawn and stuff. Except I think the entrance may be blocked. If that is indeed the entrance. Which I believe it is. Yeah. Cool world generation. Like, I know they made it so that this stuff clears out its own entrances, but they've clearly, you know, made a mistake in their calculation for that. Now you can get into it. In other words, this is basically going to be a free healer, as well as a free PC. And I believe upstairs in Pokemon centers will be the trade machines. It's actually a really, really cool Pokemon center. Just do that to fix the lane glitch. Why is this torch not on? Oh, did the redstone torch underneath not generate? It's probably entirely what happened. And I don't have redstone on me to fix it. Oh well. So for now, I'll just throw a normal torch underneath. Well, that's why. Let I guess the redstone torch didn't generate in the correct spot. Or just didn't generate. But whatever. This is definitely a Pokemon Center, and that's kind of cool. So I'll take advantage of that right now to heal my Pokemon. Oh boy. Which, by the way, I now have the Trio, so I don't really need this Doug Trio anymore, because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to use them for my final party. Instead, I'll bring out Dratini. Why? Because Dratini is kind of the coolest thing ever. And also, this Pokemon Center is different from the one I found. But that's entirely because Pokemon Centers, in addition to randomly generating, will randomly generate a different design based on biome. So in other words, you're always going to get like a different Pokemon Center. Based, one on biome you find it in, and two on, which version randomly generates in that biome. Because I'm sure multiple ones can spawn in the same biome. I was going to use Bite, because this thing's dead regardless of why I use them, pretty sure. Aqua Tail. As powerful as this move is, it does miss a lot. So I can get rid of Tail Whip. Pretty sure no one's going to miss that move. Because no one really cares for Tail Whip. It's like, oh, my Pokemon's learning a new move. Oh, Tail Whip. Who gives a shit? Oh, boy. Now, where are the Eevees? I see plenty of Jinx. Which, just the odd thing about Jinx is they'll spawn both in forests and in taiga biomes, which taiga makes sense. Forest is debatable. But I bet you they probably only did that just because they're kind of rare spawns. I'm honestly more surprised that Electabuzz doesn't spawn in forests, which to me would make way more sense. Because you have a Zapdos spawn in forest hills. So you would think. Whatever. Doesn't really matter. Right now, all I'm looking for is a stupid Eevee. Except Eevees aren't stupid. They're kind of the coolest thing ever. And also kind of really hard to find. Got a few Tangulas over here. Too bad I don't give a shit about Tangela. Erica's shitty Tangela from Gen 1. That thing was terrible. Spam rap until you can't move. That was Tangela's AI. And the only way to beat its AI is to be faster in it. Ah, boy. But yeah, that's enough about reminiscing about Pokemon. It's time to find an Eevee. Which, in order to get every evolution that I want, I'm going to need to catch like 7 of them. Granted, I'm probably not going to use the Umbreon. I just kind of want it to complete it since I have the Espeon already. Because once you have Espeon, you might as well just go for Umbreon. Because why the hell not? I mean, you can have one without the air, it just doesn't feel right. Now, the hardest thing it's probably going to be to get for me, anyway, would be Flareon. Plus anything else that requires the Firestone. Because Firestone shards are stupidly rare. Thunderstones are fairly rare too, but Firestone shards are stupidly rare. Like to a point where you probably are only going to find 2 by the time you find enough to make a stone out of everything else. Like Leaf Stones and Water Stones are the most common, you just have to know where to look for them. Which, Leaf Stones and Water Stones, it's not hard to know where to look for them. Water Stones are literally at the base of anything, if any body of water that's deep enough for them to generate. Doesn't have to be an ocean, but it's more common in oceans. Just because oceans tend to be deep enough. But you can find them in like really deep like lakes and rivers too. It's entirely based on depth, not at all based on location. But it has to be like in a river biome specifically. That's why you won't find them in random underground pools of water. Unless that underground pool of water happens to be under a river biome, then you could find one. I think you guys understand how this works now. Okay, so I'm gonna switch to Espeon, even though this is probably a bad idea. I'm gonna try Psybeam. It's faster than me, which is really bad. Except it's stupid and kept using Spite. Dragon Rage, which is, in my honest opinion, probably more powerful than Twister, but I'll get rid of Leer for now. You'll also notice that Dratini levels up stupidly slow. And that's because that's the way the Dratinis were designed. It's gonna take a while to level this thing up, basically, is what I'm saying. But then again, that kind of makes sense. I'm gonna have to wait for like level 30, I think, for Dragonair, and then like 55 for Dragonite. So I'd be lucky if I even get a Dragonite by the time the series is over. Which I probably will, just because it's gonna take a while to find any legendaries, but still. I don't even think there's a Forest Hills biome in this entire forest. Unless this counts as one, but I seriously doubt it. I can F3 to make sure. Nah, it's just forest. Forest. Yeah, it's forest. Ghastly. There's a seal over there, though. Try my luck on this Ghastly. Dragon Rage should get its health down to like nothing. And by nothing, I mean kill it. Oh, Dragon Rage. It's also a fairly small Dratini, I think. Why is Dratini burned? Okay, these seals are actually stronger than I thought they'd be. I guess I'll send out Trapinch. Start with Bulldoze. Okay, I thought ground types were super effective against ice. Apparently I was wrong. So I should probably be mud slapping this thing to lower accuracy. Now I can probably safely bulldoze a little bit. So I'm just going to sit there and decrease my attack all the time. So I'm going to have to start using specials. And I'll just use bulldoze to get its health lower again. And mud slap. I'm going to mud slap it one more time, and now I should be able to catch it fairly easily. Should be able to. It is level 20, and once you get to like level 20, Pokeballs tend to work far less often. But I got lucky. So I think I'm going to go take out a lot of these seals for my Trapinch, because he seems to be able to do that. Ice types are seriously super effective against ground. Actually did not know that. I know they're super effective against rock. I wasn't sure. I didn't think they were super effective against ground. That's just kind of weird to me. Well, if I want this thing to level up, I'm going to have to switch out for Magnemite. Thundershock. Because this thing has level up too. Okay, I don't think seals actually drop anything, so I'm not going to worry about picking up any drops. I also forgot I had Trapinch selected, so I guess we're switching out. Awkward Ring actually seems like a fairly useful move if it heals people. Whatever, we're just gonna keep Thundershocking. Except I don't think Aqua Ring seems to be working. Spark. Stronger than Thundershock. Can paralyze. Well, they can both paralyze. Okay, this never misses, so I'm gonna probably want to keep that. I'll just replace Thundershock. Right, so now it's time to find an Eevee. easier said than done, since I've only found one this entire time. There's a lot of random ass fish in this lake, though.
Goldine, 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 Goldine.
Whatever. Search continues for an Eevee. So I'll catch one friend ball for the Umbreon, and I'll catch the rest with Pokeballs. Because basically, once you get that Umbreon, there's no reason to have friend balls anymore. The only reason I made 6 friend balls in the first place was because I'm pretty sure friend balls have a lower catch rate than Pokeballs. Or at least it feels that way. But then again, I think Eevee have a low catch rate to begin with, so it's hard to tell. Sometimes I wish there was legendaries in swamps just to make them less shitty. But all you're gonna find swamps are legendary Venonats. And Slowpokes too, actually, but those aren't legendary at all. Okay, that was a Vulpix. Or no, that might have been our Caterpie, damn it. Caterpie sounds like 5 different things at once. It's stupid. Now we have a bunch of Ghastly here in the daytime. I can understand Ghastly in the forest. What I can't understand is Ghastly in the forest in the daytime. I know they spawn more frequently at night, or at least it feels that way. Is that an Eevee? No, it's a fucking... It's a something that should be dead, is what it is. I know Eevee are fairly rare, same with Bulbasaur, which I still haven't found yet, but... Even so. That Growlithe was faster than me and probably could have killed me. In other words, I probably shouldn't be risking it with Trapinch. We have a Beedrill over there. Okay, there's the Vulpix I thought I heard. Yeah. But for now, though, we need to find this stupid Eevee. Our freaking Growlithe. Now, the thing with Espeon is Espeon has a stupidly, strong special. So, I can actually probably show you guys my Pokemon stats right now. Espeon special is 69 at, level 22, which is really good. Everything else, not so much, but that's because Espeon's a Psychic type, and Psychic types have low attack and defense. But their specials tend to be pretty good. At least in the case of Espeon, its special attack is ridiculous. Wartortle tends to be more of a defensive, as you can clearly see here. It's actually got a higher attack stat than it does pretty much everything else except for defense, which is ridiculous. But as you can tell, all summers seem to be fairly well averaged out. Problem with Charmanders and Charmeleons is they seem to be more speed than anything else. This one is, oddly enough, seems to have balanced stats up to speed. The other the Charizard I have on my air account, it might be because it's not fully evolved yet, so its stats aren't finalized. Because I know when it evolves, its stats get random boosts in certain areas. So that might be it, but usually Charmeleon has crap defenses and just speed, attack, and special attack are pretty good, above average, but that's all it is above average. It's not amazing in anything. You have your Magnemite, which I'm pretty sure is just nothing but special attack and defense. And everything else isn't that great. Which is why I'm probably not going to keep that Magnemite if I find a better electric Pokemon, like, say, a Jolteon. Which, in all honesty, all electric Pokemon, in my opinion, aren't actually that great. I think the problem with them is they're literally nothing but special attack and speed. And therefore they lack in all defensive stats plus regular attack. Which doesn't sound that bad, but in actual practice is kind of bad. There's also trainers surfing in the ground and crap. Bunch of random stuff happening. But no Eevees. Eevees nowhere near as far as the eye can see. I wish there were Eevees as far as the eye could see. That would save me a lot of time. So just catch all the ones I need right now. But oh well. Haven't seen a Bulbasaur yet either, so. But again, Bulbasaur is supposed to be, I think, just as rare, if not rarer, than Eevees. And from my own personal experience, I've usually had better luck finding Bulbasaur than I've had finding Eevee. Which seems ridiculous and kind of is ridiculous, but whatever. Just trying to find that Eevee. Anytime, Eevee. Well, then I'd have to go back to that Pokemon Center I found too, so. Might as well just head in that general direction until I find it. Got rad to find something. And there's a big tree. And there's another Ghastly. Yeah. The other thing about forest biomes is I think they're basically the lowest level biomes out there. There's, to my knowledge, there's not a single Pokemon over like level 30. Except for Dugons now. In forests. Oh yeah, and the occasional Farfetch'd, which can go up to level 35. Besides from Farfetch'd and Dugons, which I'm not sure if Dugon's passive or not. Probably not. But then again, you have to go swimming to encounter one anyway, so it's not a big deal. And Farfetch'd, I'm pretty sure, always passive. So really, there's nothing dangerous in forests. Besides, there may be Haunters. But that's only at low levels. Haunters and Kadabras are pretty much the two most dangerous things you're going to find. Unless for some reason you decide to go swimming with Dugong. In which case, I'm not sure if they're passive or not, but if they aren't passive, then you're probably going to have a bad time. At least if you're my level. But really, outside of that, most of the average level of Pokemon in the forest biomes is around like 10 to 15. Easily doable. And the vast majority of them, since a lot of bug Pokemon are here, are going to be below level 10. Which basically makes this the ideal place for grinding up at low levels. Like if you spawn in the forest biome, you're basically set. Granted, of course, I'm excluding the legendary Zapdos, but Zapdos is so rare you'll probably never run into it. Unless you're incredibly lucky and or cheating. But whatever. Which reminds me, I did finally get like the legendary birds to spawn in my error world. It took freaking forever, over 100 hours of work to get any of those things to spawn. But then again, my error world, I'm at the point now where my Pokemon are so overpowered that in order to even get decent experience from leveling up, I basically have to like rig up spawners to spawn in strong Pokemon. And by rig up spawners, I mean put down command blocks with the /Pokespawn command from a champ. Or for the legendary birds, because those are like the strongest ones. Or champs and legendary birds. They just basically put pressure plates or daylight sensors on top of them. Just to get them to spawn in. So I can at least get experience. Because at this point I'm so overleveled that I basically need to kill those super strong Pokemon to get any experience. Well, decent experience. That's decent enough for me to level up anyway. Because in addition to the free legendary birds, I have like 5 or so Pokemon. Well, more than 5. I have like 6, maybe 7 Pokemon that are like level 70. If you also include my Mew, yeah, 7. There's 7 plus the free legendary birds. That's 10 Pokemon of mine on my error account that are level 70 now. Some of those were from rare candies, I will admit, but rare candies aren't that hard to make anyway. Like, I mean, they changed the crafting recipe for golden apples, which I'm not sure if that's just a thing in this mod or if that's something they did in Minecraft. Either way, it kind of sucks. Because I'm pretty sure you used to be able to make them with gold nuggets, but I could be wrong about that. Because in the mod, yeah, they changed it to gold bars. Or it's Minecraft changed it to gold bars. Either way, it takes a while. I could have swore you used to be able to do it with golden nuggets. But oh well. I need to find an Eevee. And I'm not finding one. Like, even if I can catch 2 Eevees, I can get one leveling up by this stone. Just so I can get a Leafy on. So I would kind of really like to do that. Also, why's the swamp on this side of me? It means home's this way, right? So I'm at the point now where it's kind of like I'm not finding an Eevee, so I just kind of want to go home and do something aside from search for Eevees. Okay, there's the desert, so I think this is the way home. Looks to be. If I get over this hill and there's a pyramid, then it's the way home. Yeah, there's the pyramid. So I found the way home. Haven't found an Eevee though. It's unfortunate. Like I'm running laps around this forest and I'm not seeing an Eevee. Maybe I have to go clear out some Pokemon in this area, but that's kind of annoying to do and I don't really feel like doing it, but at this point I kind of have to. Because nothing I want is spawning in. That is a pit. Let's not fall down there. No Eevees. None. For sure the last Eevee I found was around this area. Pretty sure. But like I said, they're fairly rare. So unless you stay in the area for a long time, you're very unlikely to find one. Do have some Growlithes though, which I might as well take out. I'll take them out for my Dratini just because. Assuming I can... You jackass, stop moving. Just for that you're getting Dragon Raged. Not like you had a choice in the matter, but... Whatever. I like to make them think they had a choice. So continuing this way, I think I'll eventually get back to the Pokemon Center area. Can't remember if I call it Pikachu or not. Honestly can't. I know there's a way to make a Pokedex, but I forgot how, because for starters, Pokedexes are basically useless. Well, unless you're trying to keep track of stuff. My Dratini is like stuck in that Pikachu's throat. Not for long. Hey, glowstone dust. I can use that to make rare candies. Yeah, if I didn't catch a Pikachu, oh well. They spawn in forests, they're not that hard to find. Raichu spawns sometimes in plains. Significantly harder to find, but whatever. Pikachu aren't as rare as Eevee. Pretty sure. If they are, well, then that Pikachu spawned instead of an Eevee. Which bugs me. Because Pikachu is honestly a giant sack of shit for a Pokemon. Pikachus are basically useless. They're terrible defense. Their attacks are pretty low. Their special attack is alright, I guess. It's better if you evolve into a Raichu, I mean, but... Golducks. Those things are probably hostile. Can't remember, but I don't want to deal with a level 35 Golduck right now, because that will probably destroy most of my party. Because in addition to knowing Water-type moves, they can also basically use Psychic-type moves. Which means that they're going to be really high special Pokemon, which means they're probably super lethal. Don't even need to use Dragon Rage, or I'm using it anyway because I need to kill these. Because these things spawn instead of Eevees.